Hey guys, what's up? Happy New Year! I just spawned with a book video into my movie channel, but you know what? I just had to because I read so many good books that I felt like at least the top 10 reads I need to show you. So here we go. Just make sure you like and subscribe before, and maybe also check out my Instagram channel, which is mainly around books. Coming in at number 10 with an absolute banger debut novel, Anyone's Ghost by August Thompson. The very dark coming-of-age horror comedy is about teenage boy Theron who falls in love with Jake, and Jake is really not the best person to fall in love with. I just thought maybe I read the first sentence of the book to you. It took 3 car crashes to kill Jake. So yeah, it gets very dark, but the book has also a very interesting structure with 3 parts evolving around those 3 accidents, and Theron somehow needs to make his way through life with this. The book is an absolute explosion of pop culture references and visual, very metaphorical scenes with a humor that definitely got under my skin. Number 9 are actually 2 books, not just one. Strange Pictures and Strange Houses by YouTube sensation Uketsu. Those are really proper horror stories, and I normally barely flinch watching any kind of scary movies. But these books, especially the Strange Building one, really got to me. And that is because it already starts with a puzzle that gets very eerie. So you have to really take it as a puzzle and read it at face value. It's not necessarily very poetic or multi-layered, but it absolutely does masterfully build up tension like no other book I've ever read. So check it out if you dare. Number 8, one of my most favorite thriller authors, Ragnar Jonasson and Snowblind. This is technically not a book of the year 25, but the first translation from Iceland to English was available, so let's count it. With this author, you can always count on ice cold, very cozy, but also very twisty and very unique thriller stories. Number 7, You Like It Darker by Stephen King. Okay, this is obviously one of the most classic horror authors. I'm not reading Stephen King that much because I just can't be bothered, despite I love the atmosphere and the horror elements, with 800 side characters that don't really belong into the story. I'm sorry for all Stephen King fans out there, but I absolutely love his short stories because there you get the atmosphere combined with the very eerie horror elements without the work, basically. So in my opinion, it's a cheat code. And I absolutely loved reading, especially in this book, Willy the Weirdo, a story about a very mean little boy and his granddad ending in a supernatural way. Interpret the ending the way you want. There are like, I don't know, Mulholland Drive like numbers of possibilities what it could mean, and I really enjoyed that. So if you are like me, not the biggest Stephen King reader, still I believe this is for you, given it's way more concise than usual Stephen King stories, and you have so many different ones to choose from in just one book. Now, number 6, and don't come at me, it's a short story collection as well. I know that's not necessarily the most popular reading format, but I think for horror it works great. This one is from a rather new person in the literary world, Zach Williams, Beautiful Days. What is great about this book is that the stories are very minimalistic and have a form of horror that's less jump scary but more unsettling, with this coldness, this preciseness, and this combination of everyday life. So particularly the first story is just about a guy walking into his office and walking out there again. Some things happen in between, but I won't spoiler. Yet, very simple story, and you will have to think about it for days because there are so many unsolved clues, so many subtle, unsettling aspects to it, in this very excellent writing style. So please check it out. I think it's not that well known yet. Number 5, Thursday Murder Club Part 5. Okay, what can I say? I'm absolutely loving this series. I'm normally not reading a lot of series, actually none. Sorry, book talk, but that's not my type of book usually. Here it's different because I just can't get enough of these elderly detectives not shying away from the biggest crimes they can find. If you don't know the series, you probably picture it as something like Murder, She Wrote or something like that, but it's not it. It's really fun, it's really dark, and it's absolutely focused on very recent topics, so it makes it also very relatable. And by the way, also has the most fun villains. Bridget Osman is an absolute genius. May there be a part 6. Number 4. Okay, this is not a horror story or crime novel, but even I need a break. It's actually Fahrenheit 182, the autobiography of Mark Hoppus, one of the band members of Blink-182, and I enjoyed this book so much. It's ranging from unexpected tour insights to very emotional aspects of his cancer treatment, written in a very, very unique tone. And actually, to be fair, it's actually exactly what you would think a book of Mark Hoppus would sound like. It's amazing, it's great, it gives you insights into background stories of your favorite songs. It's a book like one in a million. Okay, back to crime and horror. We get to the podium, number 3. A particularly nasty case by Adam Kay. So this author is described in the back of the book as award-winning writer and former non-award-winning doctor. And I'm not surprised when I read this book, because despite his writing skills are excellent, the hospital scenes freak me out. And yeah, I hope none of it is true. Very interesting detective case in a hospital. Every sentence is a punchline. More than a crime story, it's basically a hospital satire, as well as an opportunity to explore mental illnesses and relationship dynamics, as well as problems within the healthcare system. And the book does this really in depth, but never giving up his main character, who's really only doing shenanigans every day with absolutely no boundaries. Okay, number 2 and number 1, I love them equally, and I couldn't decide which one to pick. I decided to put the one that's closer to my heart actually on number 2. Bad Eater, written by Kylie Lee Baker, is an absolute masterpiece. It's about Cora Tseng, a young girl living in New York, dealing with COVID, dealing with the death of her sister, but also being haunted by ghosts and working as a crime scene cleaner, being confronted with a very real serial killer. So a lot going on in this dense story that is well crafted, very round, very cute, but please watch out. This is also unexpectedly gory. Number 1. Victorian Psycho. England, 1800s. Winifred Naughty arrives at Ensor House prepared to play the perfect Victorian governess. She'll dutifully tutor her charges, tell them bedtime stories, and only joke about eating children. What is on the surface a very classic Eat the Rich story in Victorian times gets very quickly also very complex, given the main character, as the title suggests, is a psychopath, and you are supposed to sympathize with her, but her actions really are terrible. The book gets very challenging and very complex, and obviously it's not about Victorian ages only, it's very much a female revenge story in modern days. Yet at the same time, the historic facts are very accurately researched and well woven into the writing style, coming up with like a lot of things that are unexpected, like stylistic move to break the fourth wall. I'm not sure if this is a term in literature, not only in movies, but like whatever, you know what I mean. The main character will here and there speak to the reader directly, which creeps you out a bit, but also increases the connection, and come up with a twist and a very extreme ending. So please, Victorian Psycho, book of 2025. Trust me. There you have it. Let's see what 2026 will bring. And I will also be back shortly with my favorite movies of last year. So stay tuned. Bye.